Dude, what is he saying?
Oh no, we've become so smart. They're stupid to us.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be diving into a topic that honestly makes me chuckle every time I hear it. If anyone even remotely says anything positive about China, they're accused of being paid by the CCP. I've seen it on my content and the content of other creators. You know, it's very bizarre, and today we're gonna be reacting to some of these. Let's go.
My absolute favorite conspiracy about myself lately is I get random comments that are always from like faceless accounts, so it doesn't matter, but that I was paid by the CCP to post good things about China. Girl. And the thing is, I can't even blame people for thinking that and being paranoid about that, because when you grow up in the West, when you grow up knowing that everything that is being pushed to you is most likely propaganda, that, you know, growing up in a place where the American dream or like coming to the West was supposed to be this big deal, and you have to explain to people how it's like, it's not that great, and then you're taxed to death, and you can't afford food, and people are homeless. When you go to China and you experience things differently, and you tell people that things are different, and things are better, and things can be better, and the fact that the government doesn't have new presidents you could vote for does not mean that it's this like terrifying place. In fact, the place that they give you two choices that always suck is kind of the terrifying place. But anyways, I've had people who like unfollow me and they're like, oh my god, you're speaking too good about China. That is fucking fair, dude. That is fucking fair. Like, I'm not even mad at y'all for being mad about that. I myself would have probably had the exact same reaction. I literally went to China by chance, because I had to for work. And then I was like, oh shit, life's different for people in different places. And in fact, we would have been 30, 40, 50 years ahead in technology, in transport, in everything. And like coming back to the West and looking at everything, it's sad because you realize all of our money is being funneled. It's going elsewhere. Of course, there's the military, but you know, what politicians do, the things they try to like accomplish with our money.
You heard her. She's not even mad that people think she's being paid by the CCP. And honestly, I get it. I expect her to be a little annoyed, but she's actually super understanding. And I figure it's because we've visited China and essentially this happened.
Did you know? Yes.
And now know that the Westerners are so traumatized by the propaganda that they can't even fathom anything positive coming out of China without a hidden agenda.
No. I don't believe it. It's not possible.
She then goes on to say what she experienced firsthand, and she realized that the narrative we get fed in the West is very misleading. And this also resonates with me so much because I also get accused of being paid by the CCP, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I wish they would pay me.
I ain't never had that ever happen to me. I'm trying to see what that be like right there.
I expected when I started sharing my videos about China that people will understand that a genuine positive experience can exist, but instead they jump to these crazy conclusions like, if you say anything good about China, you know, like I could say, hey, the kindergarten here are pretty safe. Oh, you must be on their payroll. You must be paid by CCP. Propaganda. And I find it really absurd.
I have no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre.
You, Chinese, are you here doing propaganda? Propaganda? Define me propaganda. Sharing the truth is also propaganda? I also share Western cultures in China. I just happen to be Chinese. I'm actually a global citizen at heart. I just know better how China, this mysterious country, works as an insider, so I want to share with you. But personally, I grew up also loving Western cultures. Do you think it's contradictory? No, it's just my passion for multiculturalism. I mainly speak 4 different languages: Chinese, English, Francais, and Espanol. If you plus Japanese and my dialect, that would be 6. Actually, in China, I share a lot French culture. I also have many followers on Chinese social media. I've been doing intercultural exchange things for 6 years. I work with brands like Hermes, Dior, and Louis Vuitton. And I often get comments from my French friends saying that, Leia, you are actually more French than we do. So I would say I'm just in between. I'm between the East and the West. I just don't see the world as black or white. I think it's more of a gray zone. So it's natural if you find my content shocking because our values are really different. We are shaped by different histories and social contexts. But I think we still need these clash moments to understand each other better because ignorance is always our biggest enemy. China isn't what you think it is. So I'm here just to share a different perspective that's seldom heard of. Because I always have a person believe that all we know is just a perspective. It's a small piece of truth, but we need different small pieces to make a whole puzzle, which is the final truth. You can stick to your prejudice, or you can also join me, lay down your prejudice, and try to understand the world that you didn't understand. I'm Leia, intercultural analyst in Shanghai. If you follow me, you are also contributing to a more considerate world.
I have this creator from China, and she always gets hit with the classic questions. Are you here doing propaganda? I expected her to be a little bit defensive, but she calmly asked to define what propaganda is. And she then said, is sharing the truth propaganda?
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies.
And you guys let me know in the comments, is it propaganda to just share the truth?
A lot of people shared with me a French news story that featured me in it, and it was talking about China. What I found out after was the story was talking about influencers being paid to promote China, and everyone's going to China because these influencers are being paid to do it. I just thought that was such an insincere piece of news. They used my video while they were talking about this basically to imply that, you know, I was paid to make these videos, which is really, really disappointing because I have not been paid for my trips to China. I've been about 4 or 5 times now, and I spend quite a lot of money when I come here. But I do it for the experience, and I do it because it makes great content and because it's very, very interesting. Compared to most of the other places in the world that have been overshared, China relatively has not, and it's so big and diverse, right? There's always something interesting and new here, and it's a great place to get a culture shock. I have got offers from Chinese companies, but they're normally like 7-day itineraries. They're not paid very well, and they're more cultural things, whereas I'm just going and looking at cities and being like, wow, right? Or ancient towns. The content I'm doing clearly doesn't look like it's being paid. But second of all, the opportunities that I have got for China just haven't been that appealing, so I haven't done them because I like to go on my own schedule. Most countries, especially big ones, have a tourism program where they invite influencers over. But you'll never get accused of being paid when you make content about Japan, Thailand. Another example is Dubai in the Middle East. They pay so many influencers, so many big campaigns, but no one screams at them because, oh, it's Dubai, right? That is the narrative that they're trying to push about China, because so many people are coming here and realizing for themselves, whoa, it's amazing, and they're all posting positively about it. It's on the rise in popularity. And in a bid to counter people sharing their truth, they're now starting to push this narrative that everyone's being paid to do it. So it's a little tactic that they're using to keep everyone kind of not like believe what they're seeing online.
This creator who was recently on French media, and the story that they did was implying that he's paid to promote China. Like, this would be literally me commenting. I'm surprised that he's not furious about this. Like, sue them. He straight up says that he pays for his own trips, and he does it for the experience, the culture, and the content. He also points out that China is very underrepresented compared to the other popular destinations like Japan, Thailand, who also pays their influencers, but they don't get the similar backlash. There's definitely a double standard there.
We are same, but different, but still same.
Okay, let me count. First, I get paid for disseminating propaganda. And secondly, I get paid by collecting information on TikTok, the questions that Americans ask. And the more stupid the question, the better the pay. And you just made me a fortune.
Okay, so I really love this video. This creator who gets asked how much he gets paid by the CCP. I'm sure it's not the first time, probably won't be the last. It's so ridiculous that you only can respond with humor or sarcasm.
Oh, no, I was going to listen to that, but then I just carried on living my life.
You know, I don't know when people are going to realize how silly these questions are, but they keep asking them anyway, and therefore it just shows how brainwashed the people in the West really are. Okay, so there you have it. I hope that since you've reached the end of the video, you can see that accusations of being paid by the CCP are not only ridiculous, but also it's a convenient way to just dismiss anything positive about China. And it's a tactic that the West used to control the conversation and prevent people from forming their own opinions. But as these creators show, and I hope I have also shown, that there are people that just want to share the truth. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this video? Please leave a like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.